Every reefer is loaded with immorality and bestial perversions, brutality, murder, sex crimes, insanity, or suicide.
Should you ever be confronted with the temptation of taking that first puff of a marijuana cigarette, don't do it.
Now, if I've been following conspiracy theories just for my own amusement, and I had actually thought that there could be a case made for compiling every conspiracy theory under the sun into a giant volume, and I could call it Vege's Great Big Book of Conspiracies. And because you can go back 50 years, and then when the internet came on, well, then it's just that the whole thing just sped up. But it's always a repeat of the same kind of, take a little snippet of truth and blow it up in this direction and throw it over there and see what sticks to the wall, or in this case, the electronic wall, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It's because people are going crazy. They can't accept the reality, and the reality of our existence is, let's face it, life is nasty, brutish, and short.
This simple illustration will show you the dangers of taking the Gates vaccine, because it will reproduce into many, many Gates, little faces that look like Gates, and soon all will be Bill Gates, and you will all look like Bill Gates, because it's the New World Order coming to call. It's the conspiracy of the aliens coming to get you and make you just like Bill Gates. So don't take the Gates. So listen to me. Don't listen to those idiots at universities and things. They know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. It's just all a big conspiracy. And he will reproduce himself in everyone, and all will be Bill Gates, and Bill Gates will be all.
And I'm working on this one right up to the last minute before I post it. And I gave myself a couple of days to actually put something together, and I spent an inordinate amount of time working on some animation for the video, and then I had to sort of think about putting a video around it, and I'm kind of bummed. I'm kind of depressed this most joyous time of the year. Yeah, I'm just bummed out. There's this heaviness around everything. No amount of festive lighting or plastic Santa suits can take away. It's just something that I have to learn to live with. And sure, we're seeing weather events like we've never seen before, but hey, that's just normal if you look back in time, right? People will tell you, oh yeah, it's always been like that. Yeah, there's always been devastating floods, fires, tornadoes, etc., etc. It's got nothing to do with global warming. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, so you have this great big sense of denial of the really serious shit, and then people concern themselves with bullshit and conspiracy theories and Trump is God kind of thing, and all this bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like the internet, man. The internet is probably 99.5% bullshit, and the ones that the stuff on the internet that is bullshit gets priority over the stuff that isn't bullshit, because bullshit is more acceptable. It's more exciting, and people prefer bullshit to reality. This explains even what, as far back as Reagan. Reagan bullshit, Carter didn't. Bullshit wins every time, especially in America. Bullshit always wins. So now it's come to the point where these completely clueless MAGA morons are on the verge of declaring a civil war. Magnificent. Well, since you haven't got anybody else to fight America, why not just kill each other? This is insane. I've never seen such insanity in my life, and I lay the responsibility firmly at the feet of idiocy. And that film, Idiocracy, was actually a documentary. We thought it was a comedy, but it turned out to be a documentary. I mean, the guy was a genius. He whoever made that film, I can't remember who made it. Idiocracy. It's not coming to me. Anyway, great forward-looking film, because he looked at what was happening and he went, well, yeah, Trey, fact, I can't remember. Anyway, we watched our traditional festive season South Park that we have recorded and we watch every year when we get thoroughly sick of Christmas music. It's Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics, and there's after all these years, it truly is a classic for anybody sick of Christmas and just can't wait for it to be over and like get this crap out of the way so we can go back to our miserable lives and lives of quiet desperation. Nutcases. Everybody. That's it. They're mental cases. They're mental cases everywhere you look. There is so much delusion, and I don't know if it's all the genetically modified food we've been consuming for the last 40 years, or whether it's maybe chemicals, maybe the plastic stuff we've got floating around, particles in our bodies, that it's making everybody crazy. And it certainly won't be a happy holiday season for that truck driver in Colorado whose brakes failed. And sadly, he ran into and killed 4 people because his brakes failed. 110 years in prison. Of course, the fact that he has a Latin-sounding name and darker skin doesn't enter into it at all. But I hope every trucker keeps up with their vow to deliver nothing to Colorado until justice can be truly served. I felt so sorry for that poor bastard. And yet you see this stinking little rotten house being made into a celebrity. What kind of girl do you want? I want to marry a girl with a big butt and a big gun. It's upside down. Everything's upside down. Julian Assange isn't having a very festive season for telling the truth. So if I brought you down, I apologize. It's just that I'm not feeling very festive right now. I'm not feeling funny. And you know, even as a kid, I can never remember actually believing in Santa Claus. I knew it was a con, but I would get presents if I went along with the con. So of course I was going, hey, yeah, Santa Claus, he's going to bring me all these toys. That's my religion. Anyway, I'd like to say hello, as usual, to the usual suspects that hang out on the Vegematic channel, and wish them a very, very happily hopeless Christmas. But just remember that in spite of its hopelessness, life holds a tiny amount of beauty here and there, and if you catch it, if you catch the light just right, you can still see it, even in this fading world. So catch the light wherever you can and spread it, just like I'm spreading holiday cheer. I'd like to say thanks to everybody for keeping me company these last few months since I got out of the hospital. You've made recovering much easier for me, and there's people that are regular internet friends that you really start to feel more than an electronic connection with, and each and every one of you, at least the good ones, I feel that way about. So happy holidays in spite of my misery. And I'm just a cynical guy, what can I say? That's it for this week. I hope I didn't bore you. Next week I'll try and put together a little bit more creativity and a lighter-hearted video. I gotta go and do some light-hearted things. So be well and look after each other, and don't be mean. It's just that, don't be mean. Okay.